Okay, now let's talk about the last part of this pattern, which is completely optional and really just depends on what you want for the look of the blanket. What I did is a very simple, quick and easy edging for your Afghan or blanket or whatever you decide to make with this square. And this is, again, just a little bonus touch. Let me get my little sample out. So here's the little 3 that we made and joined. Okay, so to do that optional edging, you're going to join a new colored yarn or whatever yarn, doesn't matter, in any chain 1 space of a square. So I'll just join right here. So I like to join with putting my hook into one of those chain 1 gaps. And I usually make a slip knot. You don't have to do it this way. This is just the way that I do it. Everyone has their own methods of madness. And basically all you're going to do is chain 3, slip stitch into the next chain space around. So 1, 2, 3. Find my next little chain space. Let's let the camera focus here in a second. Find my next chain space and slip stitch into there. And you're just going to do that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Find the next one, slip stitch, chain 3. Whoa. Slip stitch, chain 3. Whoops. Looking at the camera, lost my yarn. So chain 3, 2, 3. Now when you get to these joins, technically there's only 2 single crochets right here, not 3, not like there was in between each of these, but I don't care. I still thought it looked fine and it laid flat, so I just kind of slip stitch into whatever hole I can find and then continue on. Don't really spend a lot of time worrying about where to stick your hook and if it's in the right spot, because I'm sure you'll put it in the right place or splice if you're me. So chain 3, slip stitch into the next one, next chain space, chain 3, and so on. So like I said, it is incredibly easy. Oh, lost my yarn there. You're just going to continue that all the way around. 2, 3. See what we're doing here? And it just creates these little bumps. There's a better word for that, but I can't think of it. So slip stitch into the next chain space. Chain 3. Okay, so now I'm at the corner of the square. Again, I still just chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into that corner, chain 1 space that separated those 2 single crochets in the corner. Chain 3 and go on down the other side. So here is how that looks. Okay, that's the border. That is how easy that border is. You really can't get much easier than that, I suppose. And it's fast too, because you're really just looking for those little chain 1 holes, and like I said, you'll really know how to find them after you know where to look. And then that gives you, whoops, this nice edging all the way around. I would recommend blocking, because it really just helps all of your stitches and everything look like a pro. However, if you choose not to block, still very pretty, as you can see. It's not a huge difference, it just helps kind of get your squares so that they're more uniform. So as you can see, it's not like a gigantic difference, but It does kind of help, especially with the edging, getting that to lay down nice and whatever. Do whatever you want. But that is the square. That's the Aven square. I hope you enjoyed and understood, more importantly, the tutorial. And please email me if you have any questions about any part of the pattern. I would be happy to help in any way I can. Yeah, tag us on Instagram, Bee Queen Collection, so I can see your squares and the process of you making them. And thank you so much for buying my first pattern. I am just so flattered that you would want to buy a pattern that I wrote. So if you have any tips, or if you find any mistakes, or yeah, if there's anything that you would have liked to see in this pattern, instruction-wise, chart-wise, anything like that, please let me know so that I can incorporate that into the next pattern I write, because I am still learning and want to make the best patterns I can for you guys. So, other than that, have a great rest of your day, and thank you again so much.